Hello everybody, welcome back to TEW 2016, the reality era, and welcome to another episode of Monday Night Raw, the second ever episode of Monday Night Raw. I just uploaded the prologue, in terms of how, the uploads and the editing has gone on. I'm probably going to get RAW and Smackdown, on the next day that I'm recording this, so I'm not sure exactly when this is going to come out. But to continue to leave comments and whatnot, and I'll keep, taking those into consideration. Got something caught in my throat. But without further ado, let's actually start Monday Night Raw. Alright, we have a pre-show match, a dark match to open up Monday Night Raw, and a terrible pre-show match. Xavier Woods defeats Abraham Washington and Richie Steamboat in 8 minutes 23 seconds when Xavier Woods hits a culture shock on Abraham Washington. Xavier Woods carried the match, and Abraham Washington was the weakest link. Xavier Woods getting a 63, which is good to have decent plans for Xavier Woods. Abraham Washington with a 42, and Richie Steamboat with a 52. Whatever. I kind of wish Richie Steamboat was getting up in there more in performances, but, whatever. We'll just have to deal with that as we deal with that. And we're coming from Toyota Park in Ridgeview, Illinois. That's cool. I forgot I said that. So in order to open up the show, we have The Rock. The Rock comes out. We have not seen The Rock physically since the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, which he won. And he comes out and he takes the mic and immediately starts, doing pretty much the same Rock shtick he was doing at the time. Going on about how he was, he proved himself to be an actual WWE competitor. He's not just a guy who went to Hollywood and came back like John Cena, throwing a John Cena dib there just to do it. He talks about how the CM Punk is completely wrong in his aspirations and that he's going to take the title at WrestleMania, add another title to his vast collection. And then The Miz comes out, and The Miz comes out pretty much says, no one cares, Rock. No one cares what you have to do. Pretty much a basic Miz shtick, I'm The Miz, I'm awesome, you're The Rock, you left away. By the way, remember WrestleMania 27? I definitely do. Remember Survivor Series? I definitely do. And pretty much the Miz then gets inside the ring and has a miniature stare down with Rock. But, we have to see what happens. The Rock kind of has bigger things to deal with than the Miz. At this point, he has to deal with CM Punk, who, for that WWE title. And also, during the match, he mentions John Morrison, I should say, too. Saying at WrestleMania, the match has been made. John Morrison is going to fight The Miz at WrestleMania. And once again, The Miz is going to prove how he is awesome. Next segment, we have a Money in the Bank qualifying match. And in an amazing turn of events, in a decent match, Alex Riley defeats The Big Show with a spiked DDT. Alex Riley not only beats The Big Show, but he qualifies for Money in the Bank. Jim Ross, Jerry Lawler, Michael Cole, they cannot believe it. Did Alex Riley just beat The Big Show? And also, Chris Jericho, Jerry's show partner, nowhere to be seen. The Big Show was out. Actually, no, I don't believe Big Show was out during his match. But, kind of Jerry's show is kind of separating a bit. We don't know if that's animosity, heat between them, or if that's just kind of spacious. Keep my distance, I'll keep yours, whatnot. But Alex Riley is in Money in the Bank. He pulled off the victory, so you can't take that away from him. And in the backstage segment, Stone Cold Steve Austin's backstage, the general manager running around doing his business, when Evan Bourne comes up and he says, "Look, Austin, I need Bray Wyatt. I want to prove Bray Wyatt wrong. Bray Wyatt has said things about me that I just cannot stand. I deserve to be the number one contender for the United States champion. I'm going to beat him for the United States championship, but I want to get my hands on Bray Wyatt right now." And Stone Cold tells, Evan Bourne, while he likes that tenacity, Bray Wyatt's not the kind of guy that just shows up. He's the kind of guy to just appear when he wants to. We haven't really identified his magic powers yet, Bray Wyatt, but Stone Cold pretty much says, "I wish I could help you, I'd love to help you, but I can't." But he does inform the audience, as well as Evan Bourne, that another Money in the Bank qualifying match will be R-Truth and Lord Tensai. So R-Truth and Lord Tensai getting their chance to enter Money in the Bank. And Stone Cold tells Evan Bourne, don't worry, you'll get your hands on Bray Wyatt at some point or another. And in the ring, this is also backstage. We cut to commercial. We come back to Zack Ryder coming out. And Zack Ryder gets on the microphone and he says, you know what? For the past, 4 months at this point, me and Wade Barrett have been at odds. It started, I just wanted a European title shot. Then he wouldn't give it to me. I cost Douglas Williams the European title. Now it's the NXT title. You don't plug in the NXT title. Wade Barrett came after me. His goons came after me. Drew McIntyre, Douglas, Nicholas Magnus. And it's time for this to end. At WrestleMania, I don't want just Wade Barrett. Because I've beaten Wade Barrett. I've proved that at Elimination Chamber. And he proved that he can even get one up on me when he gets lucky. So, WrestleMania, I want 4-on-4. I want the United Kingdom in its entirely against the Zack Pack. And he drops the mic. So, what's the Zack Pack? Does Zack Ryder have people he's going to team with? Why did he just challenge the entire United Kingdom stable to a match at WrestleMania? Is he that brave? Can he do it? We'll have to see. And we have, oh my god. Oh wow. I did not expect that to happen. Okay. Whew. Wow, okay. So, that happened. I figured this match would do good, but oh my god, I just seeing the ratings right now. My god. And About the Head, decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. I don't know if the game sees that rating or not. The Kings of Wrestling defeated Dragon Aces in the world's greatest tag team. This was an elimination bout. It was supposed to be just a regular 3-way match. So, they probably get the win on, the pin on, Yoshitatsu, maybe. But, this isn't officially, but you can tell in your heads that by the Kings of Wrestling pinning these 3 teams in a hell of a match on Raw, mind you, that they're pretty much secured that number 1 contendership thing for Zane's tag titles. They put on a hell of a match at the Elimination Chamber. So, will we see that again at WrestleMania? We can only really hope that happens. But, 93A on Raw between 2 teams I did not expect that. 95 by Chris Hero. Chris Hero got a 95. That's insane. And we cut next to a match of Stone Cold Steve Austin, pretty much. He's just on screen and he's hyping a match. The NXT title will be on the line between Trent Beretta and Shad Gaspard. Excuse me. Pretty much just hyping the match up as, it says there. And that match is going to come up next, and let's see how it does. Well, actually, a pretty decent match. They were tiring towards the end, apparently. I don't know, what did I set it to? Did I set it to steal the show? Yeah, I set it to steal the show, maybe that's why. But still, Trent Beretta's come a long way. He was getting 40s at the beginning of the game, so him getting, 71s and 60s on Raw is pretty good. But nevertheless, he hit the Tornado DDT on Shad, and he is going to make defense number 6 a lengthy defense of his NXT title. He's a fighting champion, definitely, Trent. But, overall, pretty decent match for a match on Raw. And we come out, and this is what's interesting, is Layla is being interviewed by Gene Okerlund. Layla was scheduled to be in a Money in the Bank qualifying match, when all of a sudden the Bella Twins come out and they just start laying waste to Layla. They blindside her. Poor Gene Okerlund has to run away, rip. And Trish Stratus has to chase off the Bellas, who smirk as Layla is just, she looks bad. We don't think she's probably going to be able to compete. And we get that segment as we cut back to commercial. I like to imagine commercial breaks in between these, in which Stone Cold comes out and he says, what the hell's going on? What are you doing? This is Raw, but, the women's division is your thing. What are we going to do? And Trish has to scramble to come up. Originally, it's supposed to be Katie Lee versus Layla, but she decided, no, it's supposed to be Natalya, I'm sorry. So she throws Katie Lee into that spot. We'll have to see if Katie Lee can secure that women's number 1 contendership. So up next, I don't know if it's up next or not. It's going to be Natalya versus Katie Lee. And at the end of the day, no, she cannot. Natalia beats Katie Lee with a German suplex in 2026. German suplex, really? And secures moving up. She's going to have to face AJ Lee to become #1 contender for the Divas Championship. And next we have Bray Wyatt. Comes on the screen, kind of like the match ends, and as soon as it does, Bray Wyatt's on the screen. He has a microphone, he's laughing, he goes, "Evan Bourne, you want to get your hands on me?" Well, growing up as a kid, a lot of people have wanted their hands on me, and Sister Abigail, she told me, do not fight fire with fire, lay in wait, and you will get your opportunity. You should listen to Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Rattlesnake, because you will get your hands on me. But that just means I will get my hands on you. And that's pretty much a short little Bray Wyatt hyping up that match for WrestleMania. Sorry, so many distractions coming out. In a decent match, R-Truth defeats Bray Wyatt in 21:37 with a "What's Up" because Evan Bourne ran and attacks Bray Wyatt. So R-Truth, in between, he's going to have that next week, that match against Lord Tensai. That probably gives him a pep in the step for pinning the United States champion. Bray Wyatt losing a match. He has not really lost a match before. I believe, no, he was not in the Royal Rumble. He hasn't lost a match before. That winning streak comes to an end at Evan Bourne, and Bray Wyatt, as Evan Bourne smirks his way up, he looks furious. Like a fire has been lit in Bray Wyatt that Evan Bourne probably shouldn't have lit. That's going to be interesting to see how that turns out. And we have that as Evan Bourne, pretty much Bray Wyatt, as Evan Bourne's running up, he's smirking, the lights go out. Lights come back on, Bray Wyatt has teleported behind Evan Bourne, immediately Sister Abigail onto the ramp. Just leaves Evan Bourne. He's probably bleeding at this point. He just lays out Evan Bourne, telling you should have listened to me. You should have waited to get your hands, because now you're in trouble. And he just starts beating Evan Bourne. And the security has to run up. They have to separate the two. Although pretty much they're separating Bray Wyatt from a punching bag that is Evan Bourne. And Evan Bourne looks pretty in bad shape. A lot of people are looking bad shape this Raw. It's the night of beatings, as it should be called. And that's how we end. It's just a short little segment between the two. And we have a segment where The Rock comes out at the end of this is the end of the show. The Rock comes out, and he wants to CM Punk. He goes, I was content to leave. I was content to come out and, just do my thing. But you know what? CM Punk, get out here right now. And CM Punk's music does hit, but when he comes out, it's a weird-looking CM Punk because it's John Morrison. Apparently, The Rock was talking to John Morrison backstage and thought, hey, why don't we play a little joke? So John Morrison comes out and having fun. He's got like a little, not a bald cap, but he's got his hair done up to look like CM Punk. And he's got no beer tattoo. He's got a no beer stick-on shirt. Just a big X through a beer. And John Morrison's clearly having fun, and The Rock comes out, and as we end the show, he looks at the camera and says, CM Punk, it's funny. You make fun of me for not showing Raw. What happened to you? And that's how we end the show. So The Rock getting a little payback at CM Punk's expense. Let's see. Oh, no, we're not doing anything like that. Let's see how the show came off. 93A. Pretty good show overall. Was really surprised by some of the matches, especially that tag match. My God, that was great. But yeah, no, overall pretty good Raw as we build on the way to WrestleMania. Sorry for these episodes being kind of weird. Just I'm not feeling too great right now. It wasn't the perfect time to start a YouTube series. I'm getting in the hang of it. I haven't done this in a while. But hopefully everyone can enjoy. So I'll see you next time for Superstars and Smackdown. See you, folks.